We are in Atlanta, Georgia, on the campus of Morehouse College.
It's great to be here on Morehouse campus for the 5th annual African American Male Teen Summit. It's very significant that this year we're at an historical black college.
We thought it was significant to bring these young men here to get a dose of what we call the Morehouse mystique and what is the Morehouse man. And maybe some of that can be useful in helping them understand their manhood and how they should aspire in their lifetime to achieve.
These men at Morehouse, they take it pretty serious, and you can just feel it as soon as you get here.
To actually be at a historically black college and see what it's like is just making me more excited about when I actually am a student at a historically black college.
The kids have heard of the Spike Lee and all the famous alums that have come through this university, and so they were very excited because this is the first time we've been on a historically black campus.
Morehouse College is a beautiful college.
It's just incredible. I can't even believe I'm here.
This is a pivotal point in a young person's life. They're making decisions about what they can do and what they can't do. They're making decisions about what they want for themselves in life. And this is the kind of experience that helps them refocus their energies on getting to a goal.
You see, a pit bull is not born a killer. You gotta put the killer inside of him. And the killer was put inside us. You see, you gotta beat him and disrespect him and abuse him and call him out of his name. And we were beaten and disrespected and abused and called out of our names, and we were beaten and disrespected and abused and called out of our names. And eventually the voice of the king inside us began to be pushed down.
The thought process behind having the play be the first thing that they listened to or saw when they came was to be able to put them in a mindset to understand that we have come from kings. We are presidents now. We can do other things than what the hip-hop lifestyle is presenting.
The play was cool because he wasn't scared to show how he was feeling at that time, and it was inside his life, and he was real in detail.
I think it's important to have a model, an example, and for the youth, they really want to see someone making it happen who is respectable, someone they can emulate.
Back at home, we don't really have that many male role models in the neighborhood.
When African American males come to a summit like this and they see other African American males in positions of success, education, just accomplishing everything, it's gonna be motivating to them.
It changes my whole perspective, because I used to think black dudes wasn't nothing but a bunch of hoods and want to be gangsters. But now that I see the positive sides of a black male, I changed my whole perspective.
By being around a black positive man, it makes me feel like I belong in this world.
It makes me feel good that I have other men to talk to, so I can call up and talk to them if I have a problem.
One of the things that we try to impress upon the young men is to share this in their communities with their friends who weren't here. And that's one of the things that I like to impress upon people. The knowledge that you gain just by coming sets you apart from those who haven't come. So you have something to impart, and try to empower the young men to let them know to go forth. Be the leaders in their community, even at their young age, because they can make a difference, even starting now.
We believe outside of the school systems that we serve more African American males than anybody else. What better venue to begin to partner with other organizations and other groups and begin to bring these young people together and begin to show them how they can go back into their neighborhoods at a grassroots level and begin to change the plight of African American males.
I see a really nice program that's put out by some people who really care about these young African American teens. They really care about their future, and they've hand-selected some really amazing young adults.
And anytime we have a group of people who take time to help any of our young people in this country, I think it's noteworthy.
For these group of professionals, for SOAP, to really take the time, to take the energy, to put the financial resources into this particular program is huge.
When you hear about networking, it's later in life. So we're having young men to start talking about networking, going up to people that you're not comfortable with and have no relationship with, and to how to embark upon a conversation with them. that may sound small to adults, but where our young men come from, that is a major step forward in breaking down some barriers and increasing their socialization skills.
The networking experience, it was cool because we actually learned how to step up to people and actually say something without freezing up or being nervous.
I felt good because I got to meet new people and talk to them and see how their aspect of life is and how can I change mine.
We pretty much have to use our public speaking voice, speak out loud and clearly so they can understand what we say and look them dead in the eye so they know that we're paying attention to them.
I'm glad to see African American males and African American females doing what they have to do and being professional and giving us networking tips on how to be successful in life and for the long term.
I really enjoyed today's event. This is my first time being invited to the African American Male Teen Summit, and I really enjoyed talking to the young men and learning about their goals and aspirations.
The essence of the summit is helping to understand that, yeah, it's going to be a difficult time for you ahead, but if you try to go at it alone, there's a great chance that you're going to fail. But if you take advantage of the resources, your peers and other individuals that are out there, and put forth your best effort, you have that much better of an opportunity to be successful.
It's my hope that each of these young men leaves with that seed of knowledge planted, and that we see some type of change in the overall community and the overall way in which these young men live their lives.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
I think it was significant to have the kids exposed to the Dr. King historic site, because probably largely due to the disconnect that we see with the young black males in society in sort of contemporary times.
I felt very thankful because if it wasn't for him, I probably would not even be here today.
When I went into his church, I just felt like he did all this for us, and that he's a great man just for doing this for the whole population of the world.
I was not as emotionally impacted by my own mother's death as I was by seeing what he went through, the video footage, watching him and being in Ebenezer Baptist Church and hearing him give that speech, basically prophesying about his death and knowing that he's going to die.
I learned a lot about my culture and my heritage and how people fought for me to get here.
We want them to know what he stood for, what he was trying to accomplish, that he made decisions based on conscience, not on gain, personally, professionally, or economically. And that's what leadership, that's what manhood has us to do.
And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.